It's time for the gold medal match at the CCAA Men's National Soccer Championships here at Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo. Good evening, everyone. My name is Roturo alongside Kyle Anderson with you for this special Shaw TV Sports presentation pitting the Douglas College Royals against the host team, the hometown VIU Mariners. Kyle, you've had the privilege of watching these teams all weekend long. What can we expect from the Royals and the Mariners?
It's going to be a great game. That's all I know is the VIU Mariners. They came out with a huge 6-1 win in the national semifinal. The Douglas College Royals have been peaking at the right time. Maybe not the greatest regular season for them. They win the Pac West Provincial Championship, and they've played 2 great games here. This is only the second time that 2 teams from the same conference have played for gold. The other time was the University College of the Cariboo, which is now TRU, played the host Malaspina Mariners in a match that University of Cariboo won. But both these teams have one national title. Malaspina actually has one too. So 2 for the VIU institution, 1 for the Douglas College Royals, and this one should be a fantastic match.
An all-Pac West affair, and it is a packed Merle Logan Field. Spectators stretching all the way around the pitch, outside of the stands, in behind the goals. The wind and rain has not deterred the soccer-loving fanatics here in central Vancouver Island, and who can blame them? Your starting lineups for the 2 teams, the Vancouver Island Mariners in white on our broadcast left, the Douglas College Royals in green on our broadcast right, starting with the Douglas College Royals. Starting in goal, number 1, Rio Mizuno, and then on defense, number 2, Alejandro Varela, number 4, Philip Capek, number 14, Naaf Pinsale. And then moving on to Tetsuya Yoshinaga, or Yoshi as he likes to be known. Number 7, David Sood. Number 8, Edris Najim. Number 9, Stephen Kamner. Number 10, Race Williams. Number 11, the man they call Tomy. And number 15, Quinn Dawson. For VIU, starting goal number 1, David Turkstra. And then it's number 2, Colin Knight. Number 7, Shuntakano. Number 8, Chris Merriman. Number 13, Stefan Kukovic. Number 14, Jeff Travis. Number 17, Jamie Taylor. Number 18, Jordan DeGraff. Number 20, Govinda Innes. Number 23, Ryan McCurdy. And number 25, Hussein Bahari.
And the one player you want to watch for on the VIU side, where's number 7, Shuntakano, one of the fastest players in this game, although he might be in a foot race or 2 with Race Williams. Again, a fast competitor on the Douglas side of things, and those 2 have been fun to watch all week as well.
We hope a guy with a name like Race is going to be pretty fast. Thank goodness that played out. Right now it's a VIU throw-in from deep in their own end. Some of the VIU Mariners sporting blue hair, keeping with the Mariners theme. Great little show of solidarity there between the team, as right now it's Jordan DeGraff fighting for position, can't get through the Douglas College midfield, and it'll go all the way back. Up the outside now. Tomy tries to get there. He's not going to get there in time, though. And Douglas College will regroup under some pressure there from Stefan Kukovic. But it will be Alejandro Varela settling things down. Moving it over to his defensive partner, Naaf Pinsale. Pinsale, the captain of this Douglas Royals side. 4th-year defender, 5'10". This is a charging run here. Big cross to the center, cleared. Almost an own goal there, but fantastic last-ditch reach by Rio Mizuno. Oh, he had to get there. Attempted clearance by Varela, but unfortunately just not enough on it, and he had to be sharp, did Rio Mizuno.
Yeah, and that he might have been the story for Douglas as we take a look at this chance, and as Mizuno had a crashing body into the front of the goal. These 2 teams, they played 3 times in the Pac West regular season. VIU winning 2-1 and 3-0 at home, and a 3-3 draw on the road at Douglas. So a very dominating stretch there, and high-scoring games as well between these 2, and I almost wouldn't expect anything less. VIU putting up 6 in their semifinal against Nate.
Game called back there. Referee didn't like that the foul was taken quickly. And now he'll settle down again, Douglas Royals.
And you talked about Binsella. He's been the leader. There's a play earlier in the tournament that had 4 of his own teammates going after the official. He ran from 30 yards out to make sure they were not going to get carded and push them all away. So a huge leader on the back end with number 14 in green.
And you need that in a gold medal final. Got to keep your head about you and having a competent leader. Gonzalez is just the ticket. Now it's the Mariners recovering in their own third of the pitch. Long ball here over the top, looking for the run down the far left side, but that is dealt with by Nawaf Gonzalez.
Take a look at that on numerous occasions. Jordan DeGraff scored a brilliant goal the other night on a run like that. Had a brilliant strike at the end of it, but the Mariners will try that more than once.
This is Race. Race Williams, great name, excellent soccer name. Back to midfield, Dawson. Back to Gonzalez. Under pressure there from Kukovic, but he gets rid of it in time. Looking for some help in the center, but that's dealt with easily in his own penalty area. And now here comes Shun Takano. Can't get anything done in midfield. They're going to fall back to the VIU defense. Chris Merriman here going long. Tries to find Kukovic there, but that's dealt with, and it'll be kept in. Still a VIU ball.
Yeah, Ryan McCurdy and Shun Takano each had a pair of goals in that matchup on Thursday night in that 6-1 win, as Fernando Fenolosa also scored, as well as DeGraff, as I mentioned a moment ago.
Long ball out of the back there, dealt with by Tomey. Goes low, trying to find the run of Stefan Kamner. Nothing doing though. Gets it on target though. Colin David Turk straight into early action, making sure that he's sharp. Nice touch there from Hussein Bahari. Bahari keeps things tight in the midfield. And it goes out wide. Kukovic goes up against Vinsala there and comes out ahead of it. Now this is a break on for the Mariners. Right down the middle, well defended. 3 white jerseys streaking forward. That had to be inch perfect, and it was from the Royals. And now back the other way. The team in green asking for the deflection, and he did indeed get it on his run through the center. And a good run there by Williams. This is Dawson being bodied off the ball. He will draw the foul there. And it's a free kick for the Douglas College Royals.
It was the Nate Ooks that scored first the other night on a goal that happened to elude Turk Stroy right through his legs, but Shun Takano went right to him and said, "Don't worry, bud, we got you, we'll pick you up." And that they did. 2 goals in that first half, and then exploding for 4 in the second.
So there's potential for goals here is what you're saying, Kyle.
There definitely is, as this VIU team, very experienced and very talented.
And there goes Takano right now. Off like a bolt of blue, which matches the hair. Inside it goes. Bodied off the ball. This will be Douglas College coming back. Long ball, looking for the run of Tetsuya Yoshinaga, but no, it's taken away. Kamner, my apologies. Brought under control in midfield there by Dawson. Gets it out wide. Cutting inside now, and this will be switched over to Kapek at fullback. Yoshinaga thinks about going past Takano, thinks the better of it, but that is dealt with nicely in midfield. Barely getting a touch there was Tomey before having it cleared off his feet by Knight. Taylor. This goes to the outside. Low and inside. Coming together, bodies there, and that will go the way of the Mariners. Tangling of feet, favoring the home side.
First time in.
There's a low ball inside there, Kyle. And yeah, just a clumsy, I think would be a good word for that.
Ill-timed.
Very good.
As the free kick coming from Chris Merriman.
Just past the midfield stripe. He's got bodies forward there. Gets it high. This is going back post, charging off the back post. Flicked header, and he's there, spills it. But Mizuno holds on. Lovely little flick header. I believe that was from Kukovic.
It was Kukovic. You had Jeff Travis there as well, the defender making his way all the way up the pitch. We saw those types of plays end up on the foot of Ryan McCurdy twice the other day that ended up in goals.
Kamner now on the right. Has his work cut out for him there. That is well defended.
Crowd getting into it here on the far side as the Let's Go Mariners chant begins.
Always good to have a home crowd at your back in a gold medal game. Having like that little extra bit of motivation. And the Disney Mariners winning that foul there off the throw-in. Another free kick opportunity, about the same location as the previous chance. And we know that they can whip in a good dead ball here. We'll take another look at the chance that came in here. Kukovic nearly managing to nod this one past. You can see there, you put a guy on the back post there, Kyle, that's in. See if they've learned their lesson here. Did they charge someone into the back post off the kick?
Ryan McCurdy's up there right now, so take a look to see if he's going to be the one going.
It's very low, perhaps not by design, and that is defended easily by the Royals, and they spring a counter here. Called back on the foul.
Had the opportunity, I thought, to play the advantage there and chose not to.
I can understand that decision. There wasn't much of an advantage there to be given. I wouldn't have begrudged it either way, to be honest, but that's soccer for you. Coming together, boots there. Ref lets that one go. And over the protests of Harry, we'll go out for a throw here. Kapek.
One of the national officials in the middle of the pitch for this match, and one of the most entertaining officials as well, as we've had the opportunity to hear a few of his comments to players after fouls, and definitely has a quick wit about him as well.
Foul going the way of the Mariners there. A bit fortunate there as Tomi and Yoshinaga had the left side all sewn up there. Doing well to try and dance around the VIU defense. Bending but not breaking though. Order of the evening, and they come away with the free kick. That runs past everybody. Stumped right back into the VIU half. Great jump there, and that touches over to Tomi. Kamner trying to get around, can't. That will go out wide to Bahari. We'll try again. This is Kukovic. Out wide right, bodied off the ball cleanly. Tough defending there, well done.
And Varela, a solid defender. We've seen that all week as well, and does a great job there to not take a foul.
6 foot second year out of Port Coquitlam. Doing his defense proud in that instance. It's VIU now trying to control in midfield. And they do manage to possess the ball out of all of that. They'll go back through their defense. Though under pressure, Tomi will come away with it. Avoids the sliding challenge. Kapek looks up. Looks for Kamner. That is easily cleared by Travis. Taylor right behind his man there. Kapek comes away with the throw. Over to Yoshinaga. Kinsale under pressure here. VIU trying a bit of a high press. Only the one man going forward there, Kukovic. The Royals will calmly move the ball around. No real threat there from the press. Down the line it goes. Little dummy from Tomi. But sweeping over to clean that up was Travis. Turkstra will decide what happens next. Goes back over to Travis. Puts it in low. This is Taylor through the midfield. Gives it over to Kano. Go out to the far side of the pitch. 12 minutes in, still 0-all. VIU and Douglas College.
See Takano. Looked like a good play by Dawson on the ball, and it is a VIU throw.
Long, decently sized throw there. Second ball will fall to VIU, though it is challenged by Yoshinaga and moved forward. Kamner is the lone green jersey forward. He tries to win the ball back. He's not going to do it there. Instead, it will be Innes restarting things for VIU. This is Innes now. Goes right up the middle, fakes him out wide, goes up the middle, and there's just beyond the reach of Bahari. It was the right idea, but just a little too much pace on that ball. Bahari was on his horse. He was trying to get there. Just could not catch up with the ball from Innes.
Innes, a first year that had to be pressed into action, into starting action and starting minutes when fifth-year Ali Adib went down with an injury. And I heard that the injury actually occurred at the provincial championship and was fairly serious, but he said, I'm good to go for nationals. Started the first game, played I think over 70 minutes before injuring himself again, and hasn't played again in this championship.
Kukovic here with a steal. Can he get there? He does. Is it in? Kukovic is there. Disaster for the Royals, and the VIU Mariners strike first. Kukovic pouncing on an errant back pass. The home side is up 1-0 in the 14th minute.
And it looks like on that one it pops over Varella's foot. And the 14th minute marker, Kukovic has opened the scoring as he's able to chip it past, and Varela just didn't get the pass in the right spot, and Kukovic able to chip it over the sliding Mizuno.
And you can see there Mizuno at the last second pulled up his run and hesitated, trying to make himself big. Ultimately, that hesitation gave Kukovic just enough of a window over Mizuno's left leg to chip that home. There was a bit of a sprint to make sure the ball would cross the goal line. Ultimately, it does get there. Kukovic on the board, 1-0 Mariners.
And we've seen this VIU offense take off after goals, and we'll see if the Douglas College Royals here can settle it down a little bit and try to counter with one of their own here. But a good start if you're a fan of VIU, as we've heard a lot of noise out of those supporters here so far.
I would say there's quite a few fans of VIU crammed around the pitch here, and they are loving this scoreline. Harry now, under pressure in midfield, does well to retain possession, switches out to the far flank. Yoshinaga goes over to cover, but he's not going to hold his man back there. That's a good run. Swept up by the Royals in the end, and the throw-in isn't quite saved, so it'll be a deep throw for the Mariners.
As the announcement on the goal there sends the crowd into some noise-making situations again. And here comes a potential long throw-in as Shintakano, a specialist here.
He's gone way back for this. He launches this deep. Well defended, but he'll get a second effort. Heads it back in himself, waiting in the middle. And a third effort from Takano. He's not giving up on this ball. Waiting in the middle there was Taylor, but no one can get the ball to him. And then the foul is conceded by the Mariners.
As that one on DeGraff. Little aggressive going up top as we take a peek at that one, and definitely, well, he ends up on his back, definitely the aggressor.
Can't go through the back of a defender to get the ball. That's not fair. But it is the Mariners starting back up now. Kukovic, goal scorer, Bahari. Looks for a way through the middle. He might just take it himself, and he will. Charges through, finds a seam shot for Takano. Oh, it had to be pushed over. It might have been going over anyway, just off the bar, but taking zero chances was Rio Mizuno to push that over. Takano looking for this spectacular after a great run by Bahari right through the middle.
I'm not sure that one was going over.
Maybe we can roll that back a little bit and have another look at it. That looks, I don't know.
It was very close. It looked from this angle like it was coming down on the proper plane, and he just got enough on it to deflect it.
Mizuno did the right thing in either event to make sure it was going over. Can't leave that to chance. And here comes the corner. That one is caught cleanly by Mizuno.
There's a Chris Merriman deliver on that corner. We've seen him multiple assists. I think probably 3, maybe 4 assists on the 7 goals the Mariners have scored in this event. And he's been strong from that defensive side. Definitely a crossing and free kick specialist for VIU.
And now for the Royals, Douglas College needs to find a way back into this match. It's not sure, by no means is it out of reach of them, only 18 minutes in, down 1-0. But there's been a lot more action on our broadcast right here than there has been on the left. We'll take another look at this ball as it loops in. All right, there's the run from Bahari, the shot from Takano. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think that was the right call. Well, it was the right call by Mizuno, but doubly so. That was labeled just under the bar.
And Mizuno's had one of those weeks as well. He's been very strong in the net, and can't take anything away from him. Again, that first goal, not really his fault.
Najim stripped there, and Takano tries to get away. It will be a VIU throw. I do want to give, again, point out that run that Bahari made to lead to that Takano chance. He had an option to go to the right, instead kept himself cut inside with 4 midfielders around him, and still found the space to set up Takano. Incredible run by the captain there. Sorry, by Bahari. Hard challenge there. Taylor does end up losing out on the ball. Does recover in the end. And back up the middle come the Mariners. Quickly. Takano springs, unfortunately not able to get anything there, and it is called back. Takano is being reprimanded there by the referee. A little bit too aggressive trying to win that back.
That's the one thing about Takano's game, though. It's that line between the speed and the aggression. He's got so much speed that sometimes he will jump into a spot because he's that fast and ends up taking fouls.
Barea restarts here for Douglas College. They'll look long over the top. Cameron's been on a bit of an island. In fact, he's dropped off of it. That is now Williams up top, Brace Williams. It's closed down by 3 VIU defenders. Now another high press here from the Mariners, forcing the Royals back. That's how the first goal was scored, that kind of pressure, forcing a bad back pass. Harry now closing down on Kamner. From distance, that's not going to trouble Turkstra.
Yeah, Najim's got that ability with the left boot. We've seen numerous shots from him curving towards goal, but just couldn't make that one work.
Turkstra organizing his troops here before this goal kick. Looks long to the right. And that will fall right onto the head of Taylor. Second ball won back by the Royals though, but now it is grabbed there by Williams, on-rushing Takano. Now Yoshinaga. Dawson now trying to bully his way through midfield, gets through the first but not the second challenge. It's VIU now. Bahari. One touch gets away from him, cleans out Kapik in the process. And will be the foul conceded. Free kick for the Douglas College Royals. Barea. Deep free kick here. Just trying to go long down the flank for Tomi. That is defended by Innes and out for a throw. Kapek. Kamner. Yoshi. They just call him Yoshi, I've been told. Najim looks for one up the middle. Does find a target headed down. Yoshi can't quite get there. Kamner, excuse me. And that's brought down and cleared by Takano. And that'll be out for a throw.
We've definitely heard some atmosphere, and there's a good drum and rhythm section happening on the far side of the pitch near the Mariner bench, and now there's going to be a conversation with the official. Now we've got I think a bit of blood on one of the players.
That all cleaned up, sorted out. He'll be back in momentarily. In the meantime, Mariner is defending this throw-in and doing it well. Royals come away with it, forcing their way through the middle, crossed to the center. Tomi almost got a toe on it, but some nice fitting there by Innes.
Great deflection there and great read on that pass by Innes. Make sure it doesn't do any damage.
Havoc tries to go around Bahari on the left, closed down by Innes. Nowhere to go there, and Innes will concede the throw. Douglas College looking to try and force the issue here down the flanks. Some suffocating defense, though, from VIU, snuffing that out. Innes looks long to clear. Will find Kukovic all alone. Chips it past Varea, but he's not going to get it much further than that.
Mariners back to full strength, I believe.
Yep, looks like all the necessary patching has been completed. Sure, it'll be a great war story to tell the kids. Pumping clearance. No nonsense there. Kukovic tries to get past, does get behind Varea, but he's not going to get behind Vinsale. On the far side, McCurdy. Ryan McCurdy plays his summer soccer with the Victoria Highlanders, USL PDL. Tommy turning in midfield. Goes back to Dawson. Out wide to Yoshi. Kapek inside for Tommy. Bit of a heavy touch, and that will be cleared. Throwing about midfield there for Douglas College. No nonsense there from McCurdy, or Colin Knight, I should say. So much force they had to bring in an extra ball just to get this throw-in done. Now Kapek will bring it back into play. Tommy, under pressure from Bahari, and now Innes will nod it forward. Chicano, nice big boot there. And Varela, the on-rushing Kukovic, gets it up. He will retrieve his own ball, shoving Chicano off in the process, sticking out his leg too. Fair challenge, says the referee. No call.
There's a couple of them back-to-back there that VIU's not happy with. I think the one on Chicano may be a little more so than the last one.
Yeah, I would have let the first one go. That one on Chicano had a shade of a similar challenge earlier in the match that was called, and now an injury here, it looks like to Tommy. And the referee has stopped play to make sure. Possible head injury there. Referee is obliged to stop play. No movement yet from the trainer's bench. Tony's just being looked after here by his teammates, and he will stay in the game, it looks like. Pat on the back there from Bahari, and Kapek will throw this back in. Throw is high. Bahari meets it. Nowhere to go in midfield. Innes plays Chicano. And Chicano gets it back. Has a little bit of space. Great ball. The lovely through ball to the left. Pausing, lines it up right into the arms of Mizuno.
And Kukovic again with that opportunity. Good ball movement through the middle of the pitch and able to find him on the left side. Just a one-hop skip shot in on Mizuno.
Accuracy was decent, except for the part where it was right at the goalkeeper. Still, shot on target's better than one that isn't. When you're up 1-0, the more you can test the opposing keeper, keep him honest, the better you are. Bahari in a tough battle there with Dawson, ends up coming away with it. And down the right goes Bahari. He's got an charging overlapping runner from DeGraff. DeGraff runs onto it. DeGraff in good space here, puts in a cross. Little touch in the area, off the line! Kukovic almost had his brace, but a sliding clearance off the goal line by Alejandro Varea.
And Varea making up for the back pass on that first goal with the defense of the second. He wasn't letting his team go down 2-0 there.
The karmic balance of his sporting career has been set correct, for now at least. Give up a goal, save a goal. Let's call it even. Except for the part where his team is down 1-0, 28th minute of the gold medal match. CCAA Men's National Soccer Championships here at Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo. Maturo and Kyle Anderson in the booth for this Shaw TV Sports presentation. Great to have you along with us. Douglas College now with the free kick. Berkshire comes up with a strong punch. Yoshi. Keeps it low, not able to get it through, and that is cleared. Varela sends it forward. Trying to get out of here is Camner. Camner is closed down immediately by Vihari and Innes, and Knight comes away with it. Out wide. McCurdy. Kano. Checking back to midfield. Graf going out wide to Vihari. Vihari offside. It was a good job by Douglas College to check their lines. Vihari just a little too eager to start that attack, or to continue that attack, rather. Flag to the offside. Tommy now for Douglas. Knight strips him of that ball, and Tommy is down again. Looks like clutching his thigh there, possible hamstring. And now they are calling for a trainer to come out. Second time Tommy's been down, not too distant time. That might be a... we'll rewind a little bit here while we have this injury looked at. There's the clearance by Varela. Oh, he wasn't quite off the line, but definitely in a dangerous position all the same. Smart defending, strong defending there by Varela.
They're going to take Tommy off here. Of course, they have to when the athletic therapist will come out. But I think they're going to need a substitution. I think it's a shoulder for Tommy. But we have seen this throughout the week as well, Arturo. We've seen Tommy start the game. He comes out about halfway through the first half. Eric Ray comes on. And as we talked about earlier, re-entries are allowed in the CCAA, so Tommy could easily come back into this game for someone at some point. But this is nothing new for the Douglas Royals. Eric Ray, a valiant threat up there for Douglas.
Meanwhile, off of that free kick, it was a strong punch here from Turkstra. There was a threat around him. He made the right call there to punch. Got it well clear.
Such an excellent read there by Turkstra on that one.
Flubs the goal kick, though, on the drop kick, and Innes has to get a boot to it. It will go up for a throw. A bit of a miscue there from Turkstra.
Tough one for Turkstra on that for sure, but VIU still with that 1-0 lead.
Harry, Kano, to back to his defenders, and they will regroup. Well headed down by Dawson. Over to Camner. Stephen Camner being chased by Vihari, being watched by Innes. He'll get past one. He splits the defense. Lovely touch. Can't quite get around. Not fouled, says the referee. Play on. And Vihari will go down the line. Looking for the run of DeGraff. DeGraff might have a step around Varela. Varela recovers nicely, though. DeGraff trying to get around. Tried the little tricky. Oh, tricky play. Mizuno almost giving it away there.
Varela tried to play it up over his own head, ended up bouncing off his forehead and almost got beat by DeGraff to the loose ball.
Ultimately, Douglas recovers, calms it down slightly. Dawson will get it out wide. And Salet will take over here. Looking for a way up through this midfield. Can't find it there. More pressure from VIU. It's DeGraff. Keeping an eye on Varela. And Saleh looks long. Got a run of Williams there. Race Williams off to the races. Goes to the corner flag. Can't get around his man. That's some solid defending at the back. Nothing worse than a goal kick. As you can see here, this is what you're talking about earlier, Kyle. Here's the graph going up, and Varela, whoops.
And DeGraff, of course, slows up. You're never going to try to race around him thinking it's going to happen. So DeGraff unable to get started again in time to get that ball, but lucky for Varela. He's had an eventful first half here.
He has. Back pass, goal or penalty area clearance, and then a defensive play off his own forehead. Eventful night for the Douglas College defender. Now this is DeGraff out wide. He's got options in the middle. Takano is there, but that ball is not going to get there. Now we'll go out for a goal kick.
Off the upright to the right side.
The other football, as it were.
Still no points.
Zuno will take his time over this one. Past the half-hour mark. 1-0, Mariners over Royals. VIU, the host side in this gold medal match. Both sides here are Pac West sides. They know each other well. They will both leave with a medal, gold and silver on the line here. Both teams fighting for that coveted gold. Douglas, of course, the provincial champions, so certainly they want to put in a good showing here. DeGraff, and unfortunately, I was about to say Knight is clear through, but you only get that clear through generally by being offside, which indeed Colin Knight was.
Yeah, definitely about 2 steps ahead of the play there, and great call by the official, as there has been hundreds of great calls by the officials this week.
Again, I can only claim to have seen the bronze medal match and now the gold medal match. From what I've seen, Kyle, definitely some clean officiating all the way through. You've had the privilege, of course, of seeing the entire 3-day tournament.
And we've seen this quality all tournament long, as the evaluators and the officials here have done an excellent job.
Great to hear. And Takano now has some space to operate in, runs at Dawson, checks his run, puts a low shot well past the goal. May have been looking for someone to run onto that. But regardless, Zuno will send that out wide. Oh, just skips over the toe of Capek there. And this will be VIU throw in deep. Innes coming over to grab it. Harry's calling for it down the line, but Innes sends it back. Under pressure, well turned. And Knight does get away. Now to Harry, DeGraff, Knight. Lovely little touch there by Knight. Puts it in the middle. DeGraff bodied off the ball. Douglas are on the counter now. Douglas can really make something happen. Tomey, one-touch ball back. Flicked over the head. And Yoshi controls. Gets it out wide. Ultimately, nothing really much to that counter. VIU makes sure. It's Jamie Taylor. Draws the foul there.
Yeah, we haven't seen the press, the defensive press out of the Douglas Royals. They were relentless against Keano on Thursday, and the Huskies really had no answer for it. And Douglas able to pick up that victory. What was a 1-0 game right to the bitter end, where Race Williams had to sprint the length of the field against the goalkeeper for an empty netter. And what was a exciting finish to that game, but
Takano here getting another talking to. He's in danger here as Takano of getting a yellow for persistent infringement, and there it is. There's the yellow. Nothing in that tackle by itself, but Takano has been on the referee's bad side for most of this match, and he will go into the book for persistent infringement there. Yeah, there's nothing much in that, but it is a foul nonetheless, and you get enough of those, and the referee will eventually decide he's had enough.
So that could change the perception, or not the perception, I mean the way that Takano plays the game here tonight, and hopefully it doesn't come into play, but we'll see how things move forward for the Mariners.
He's on it now. He's certainly given the Douglas midfield something to think about, and in that respect, he's done his job. Now, if he can bottle that enthusiasm, but Harry tries to get a toe to that long ball. Not able to control it, and Mizuno will sweep up. Barea.
Pretty good long ball though there from Mizuno, or from Takano, sorry.
Clearly the yellow has not impeded Takano's willingness to try the spectacular. Varela now for Douglas College. We'll see what he can muster to get his side back into this.
I don't expect Takano's game to change much on the offensive side of the ball. He just has to really be careful on the defensive side of things.
Still a gentle drizzle here falling over Merle Logan Field. The wind has backed off for the moment, but it has been generally been a typical November day on Vancouver Island. Gray, drizzly, windy, changing every few minutes or so. But ultimately, hasn't deterred the crowd, hasn't deterred the players. Floodlights are on here at the pitch. And right now we're being treated to some excellent top-tier soccer. National champion to be determined here as we approach halftime. About 8 minutes to go, plus stoppages. Innes now throwing it in for VIU. Falta Varela, who's under pressure, gets it away to Capek. puts it centrally to Vinsale. He's got space to move into and does. Moves the line up here. Plays it low, trying to catch the run of, I think that was Ray. It was, in fact, and going back to it again, but that is cleared from away from Yoshi's feet. Vinsale is forced to go back. That back pass to Mizuno on the money. Capek does a lovely touch. First touch volley around Harry, then runs into Innes. Nothing in it, says the referee. Plays on. Ray. Ray coming in as a substitute for the injured Tommy. Finds himself in midfield, trying to spur the attack. That through ball was dangerous. Innes is there, diving header from Vinsale to try and stop a counterattack. And does the job as Dawson moves through midfield. From the far side. Ball for Race Williams. Williams is there. Puts a cross into the area, blocked. And VIU will thump that cleared.
And you just saw the effect of that yellow card there. Takano was going to go get it. He stopped up, threw his hands in the air, and made sure he didn't even make any contact with the player.
So where once it was a no-go zone in the midfield, perhaps Douglas College have found a way through. They can just force Takano to back off from making any rash decisions. Williams, nice little turn there. It's a ball low. Yoshi out wide. Back into the middle. Cleared away, and Bahari runs away with it. In the middle now. Bodied off the ball hard there, Dawson. Hard shoulder barge there. He'll be seeing a card, and that's a yellow card for Quinn Dawson. Second-year midfielder from Douglas College into the book in the 41st minute.
And again, the hard challenge you'll see here. He just kind of comes out of nowhere, and just a hard shoulder to the chest of, looks like Kukovic, I believe.
13 white, yes, Kukovic. And no real complaints there.
And again, that's Dawson, again, a key midfielder on the side of Douglas, a player that's expected to shut things down on numerous occasions, kind of like Takano is for the Mariners.
It leads to more open soccer. I don't think anyone will mind too much in the spectators. So I'm sure the teams would love things to stay tight and generally boring. But who likes watching boring soccer? I know I don't. Kind of love the little back heel touch there. Tries to get on the return from Kukovic. The recovering there was Capek. Dawson now. Ball for Yoshi. Capek. Yeah, use high press broken there. Ray goes down the line. This is Kamner in a foot race. But that is good defending there. Well defended by Jeff Travis. It will go out for a corner though on this near side. Travis did well to chase down Kamner though after he got free.
Eric Ray has that curving ability from that corner spot.
Turkstrom marshalling the defenses here. He's got defenders on the posts. Man-to-man marking the rest of the way. Nope, the corner's called back. The referee's seen some extracurricular activities he doesn't approve of. That's all sorted out. And now the corner. Right into the wind as it picks up. Low, doesn't even clear the touchline. And that'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, the VIU Mariners tonight trying to do something that only two Pac-West schools have done, is host and win. The earlier mentioned University College of the Caribou with one of those hosting victories. And then in 2000, the Langara College Falcons had a big victory, 5-0 over John Abbott in that men's soccer championship.
Camden now, after Turkstra's goal kick goes awry. Innes cleans up though. Fancy footwork from Innes. Plays in Bahari, who turns. Looks over the top. He's found a runner. Is it DeGraff? Can he get through? DeGraff crosses. Kukovic is there, but so is Vinsale. And that is out for a corner.
Big corner upcoming here. You look at Ryan McCurdy making his way up as this doesn't even look like rain right now. It's kind of just floating around down there.
The general soggy mist pervades the area.
Drifting, as I called it earlier in the week.
Referee sorting out once again.
And Varela is going to get a talking to, I think, him and McCurdy. I think McCurdy says that Varela sort of stomped on his foot maybe in front.
Referee's not having it, says keep down. And here comes the corner from Takano. Near post flicked, well defended. That looked dangerous, good charge and run for the near post flick on. But nothing doing in the end.
Merriman came across, couldn't get it.
Perry and Williams coming together in the midfield there, and this is Ray, Eric Ray. Puts it back to midfield. This is Williams. Puts it out wide, a wide open David Sue. What does he decide to do with this? He's been mostly isolated on that right side, but here comes the cross, punched away by Turkstruck. There was a man at the back post. Is that Kapek? No, it was not. But regardless, it was a green jersey at the back post, and Turkstruck had to be decisive, and he was. It was Kamner at the back post. And we have a player down, and they will put this ball out of play.
Yeah, David Sue had that challenge. He went up for it. Almost looked like he was going to get called for the challenge. You take a look at the opportunity that Turkstra. Great read and a great punch out on that one.
And Sue's up there.
Just his back hip, left hip, kind of where he caught the player.
No worse for wear as we've completed the first 45 minutes into stoppage time now. No indication as of yet how much extra time there, or how much injury time there will be.
Take a look at the rain there momentarily and how it's coming down. It now looks like it's kind of falling.
Yeah, it's just a touch soggy out there. It's going to be a wet finish to this game. Turks are keeping that one in, saving the corner. Thought about throwing quickly. Opposite just punt it clear. He finds DeGraff trying to get past his man. And it is awkwardly cleared with by Sue. Out for a throw. And it will be Takano. Is he going to try and launch a long throw here as we approach halftime? Oh, yellow card there.
Jordan DeGraff takes that yellow card after he went to pick up the ball, and I think as he did, a player on the Douglas bench or a coach, one of the two, kind of booted it from him, so he slammed it away from the coach and then picks up the yellow for his efforts after that. So 3 yellow cards here in this first half, and actually heard an interesting story from one of the evaluators earlier today. He did one of the gold medal games the last time the Mariners and the Royals played in a championship, and I think there was a 9 yellow cards or something in that match, as the head official of this one was on the lines for it.
Well, we're almost halfway there. So Ray does well to control under pressure there and switches out wide, but that is cleared with authority by Chris Merriman. And that is the halftime whistle. It is 1-0 at halftime for the VIU Mariners over the Douglas College Royals. Not a bad first half all told. Kyle, the one goal coming courtesy of a brief defensive error. Stefan Kukovic taking full advantage, and the home side has that lead. Second half will be coming up in just a short little while. During our halftime break, we'll be having an interview with the head coach of the bronze medal winning Hurricanes, Jonathan Voss, coming up at halftime here on Shaw TV Sports presentation of the CCAA Men's National Soccer Championships gold medal game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity.
The BCHL is back live on Shaw TV. Things will heat up on the ice as Island rivals face off against one another up and down and all around Vancouver Island. 5 teams are all fighting one another to claim the status of Island champs. Tune in for our monthly Island matchup, only on Shaw TV.
Cruising down the island highway, I got nowhere to be. Is it 1? Is it 9? Is it 2:45? Understand I'm in no hurry, it's just not how I am. Gonna get my yoga on at the Colliery Dam. You see, I eat real slowly at a leisurely pace. Get my hair styled nice so that it's not in my face. But what I really want to tell you is don't make me hurry up. Gonna sit and watch the waves while I sip from my cup. Got all day to work on my rhymes. Be prepared, it can rain or snow anytime. Doesn't stress me out to be standing in line. Chilling by the beach and I'm sure feeling fine. I got Mondays for snowmen, I got Tuesdays for runs, and all the rest of the days I eat cinnamon buns. Yes, the island is amazing and I wish you were here, and you're never more than 2 minutes away from a deer. So please join me in relaxing while he tattoos my arm. And where else in the world is there a unicorn farm? You know, I'm never in a rush, as you can see from this graphic, and I don't even get mad when I get stuck in traffic.
Wait a minute. There's no traffic on the island.
Traffic? What's traffic?
Oh my goodness, look at that, it's a mime. Gotta walk a lot of steps going one at a time. Oh no, I forgot my next line. Don't just stand there, throw me a lime.
My name's Lucy, and I'm 93 years old. My hobbies are baking, reading, and now jumping out of an airplane.
Hi, my name's Judy. I'm 65 years old, and I love skydiving.
Skydiving has always been on my bucket list, and Judy came along and she said she's doing it. I said, well, let's do it together.
This lady's crazy lady. She just loves excitement.
I hear you're quite the daredevil. Awesome.
I don't scare easy. Not before, not during, not after. And it was something I wanted to do, so what's the use of being scared? The sensation coming out, you feel like you're free, you're flying. It's fabulous.
I never wanted to land. I just wanted to fly up there with the birds.
It could become addictive for me.
I'm going to do it again and again and again.
If you just sit there, then you feel of your little aches and pains. It gets worse. Go out and enjoy yourself and do something you like.
It's halftime here between the VIU Mariners and the Douglas College Royals in the gold medal game, the CCAA Men's Soccer Championships here. But I'm here with the winning coach from our previous match, the bronze medal winners, Jonathan Voss, with the Holland Hurricanes. The Alberta champions are now the bronze medalists. Congratulations, Coach. Well done.
Atlantic champions.
Sorry, Atlantic champions. My apologies.
No worries.
Sorry about that. Oh, that's embarrassing. But champions nonetheless, bronze medalists. Tell me a little bit how it feels to be a bronze medalist this year.
It feels great. You know, we're the word that comes to mind right now is just proud. Really proud of the guys, the effort they put in this year, the effort they put in this week. You know, nothing was easy for us to travel this far and to grind it out over the 4 days. Was a great effort on their part.
So let's talk about the path that you took to get here. You faced the Huskies earlier in the tournament. You knew sort of what to expect. Tell me about how you approached this game based on what you learned earlier in the tournament.
You know, we watched them play over the tournament as well, and we felt we kind of built over the tournament. We kind of adjusted to the speed of play. You know, and we knew what, if we brought the most effort in that game, that we could play with them for sure.
So let's talk about your player of the match from that game, number 5, Okwulu. He was just bossing that midfield, an absolute defensive linchpin. Tell me about his role within the formation that you're using there.
Yeah, so we have, you know, we've got Eby and Theo, our 2 engines in the middle there. Both of them were working quite well today. You know, we really rely on their energy and their pace to go box to box for us, to start our attacks and to shut the opposition down as well, and they put in a lot of miles today for us.
They had their work cut out from there. There was very little offered by the Huskies through the midfield. Sano seemed like he was stranded on an island for most of it, but you found a way through. We're going to show the goal here that won it for you. On a set piece, we'll show them the monitor over here. From deep comes this free kick, and then using the skill of the back of his head, Mallard puts it in there for the 1-0.
Let's burn it up.
When up here in the booth, Kyle and I were talking, we didn't think that this was going to be an attacking set piece from so deep. This, I believe, was coming at or behind the midfield stripe, and it turns into the winning goal. Tell me about the tactical decision there.
Well, we're not afraid. James Mallard's been, he's a 5th-year player for us. He's really solid. He's scored, I think, 5 goals already this year, and most of them been from corners or set pieces. So we rely on him to come forward in those opportunities and create something. And, when I saw the keeper coming out and I saw James going up, I knew there would be a good challenge and at least a 50-50 ball. We got a little fortunate in the way it went in, but, that's part of football. So, it's we like to take those opportunities with James because we know he can create when he does that.
Just as you were saying that, the wind picked up, and when I saw that set piece, I'm thinking that's a brave set piece to do, as the wind and the rain has really been making it for an interesting game. Did that factor into the way you approach that at all?
The conditions have kind of been similar all week. The wind hasn't been too much of a factor. It has been a little bit wet. But it's been really good, actually. The conditions have been good. Once the guys are moving, it hasn't been too cold for them. A little slick surface isn't bad when you're playing as well. You can pop the ball around a little bit better. So, we just knew we had to get the body behind the ball at times, but it was great.
Excellent. Now, on your roster, you have the reigning player of the year. He scored his 101st collegiate goal in this tournament. Tell me a little bit about Santa. What's it like having that caliber of a player up front for you?
It's amazing. Eber's got such a talent. He shows that, some things that really come to mind was his consistency. I think over his career, there might be like 4 or 5 games that he didn't score in, right? So it's not that he's putting in a bag of goals and, against the bad teams. He's really bringing it against every single team, and it showed on this stage as well, right? He's really a boss up there for sure.
Absolute towering presence, big target guy up front, and his running buddy there, Eondo. What a creative talent to have working with set pieces for you. This is a guy who is charging into the wing. Tell me a little bit about his development as a player.
For Charles, him and Eber have a good connection. They're both 5th-year players now. They played together the last couple of years, but knowing each other, through the summertime as well, and trained together. So, they've got a little connection there that they're always kind of, knowing where the other one is. So, it certainly helps out in a lot of combination plays and you know, trying to get at teams.
Well, it all ended in a bronze medal for you. Congratulations, Coach Jonathan Fox, coach of the Holland Hurricanes. We'll be back with the rest of the gold medal match here on Shaw TV. You're watching the CCAA Men's National Championships on Shaw TV Sports. Second half coming up after this.
Some of the players, Bruce.
This is my very first costume. I made it for my very first convention. I realized that, oh gosh, I was like definitely shoved down that rabbit hole. Really, really fast and hard. I'm Julie Townsend and I make cosplay. I've been cosplaying for about 11 years. Started off small, this is it. Then I got bigger and bigger, and then I wanted to make a new costume for every day of the convention, so I was making 3 costumes for the weekend, maybe more. Most challenging is this one. It was armor. It's definitely an art form, definitely an expression of who you are. There's always that new shiny new character that you want to see if you can make the costume from. It definitely goes down that rabbit hole hard and fast. And I don't really want to go back because it's too much fun. So much to do.
Rivals. Noun. A person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity.
The BCHL is back live on Shaw TV. Things will heat up on the ice as Island rivals face off against one another up and down and all around Vancouver Island. 5 teams are all fighting one another to claim the status of Island champs. Tune in for our monthly Island matchup, only on Shaw TV.
My name is Annabelle Apel. I'm from Newfoundland originally, and I grew up with accordions, and the last thing in the world I thought I would ever play is an accordion. Couldn't stand them. But somewhere along the line, things changed, and here I am. I'm in love with a squeeze box. I get told often that I don't play by the written music, which is true. I don't go note for note. As long as I keep the main theme, I do break all the rules, I know that. But I have fun doing it. If we're doing a polka and I want to go Yahoo, I go Yahoo. It's music for my soul. When I hear an accordion, I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to laugh, I want to giggle, I want to do it all. That spells fun. It just means pure, pure joy for me.
The second half of the gold medal match of the CCAA Men's National Soccer Championship is just moments away. Kyle Anderson here with me, Roturo, in the broadcast booth. First half's in the books, Kyle. 1-0 advantage for the VIU Mariners over the Douglas College Royals. Physical play in this game. 4 yellow cards already handed out. Can it continue at this pace for the second half?
It's going to be interesting to see, Arturo. It's going to be a battle for those players on yellows to walk the right side of the line and make sure they stay at an 11-11 game here.
We already saw the goal coming off an error from a back pass by Varea. Kukovic coming in with the little poacher's effort. You got to have those if you want to win games. But that said, it's not like there hasn't been a lack of effort on either side. Kukovic, the Graf, and for VIU and for the Mariners, or that was for the Mariners. For the Royals, you have Where's Williams, you have Kamner, you have Tommy, who's taken off injured. There are options for them to get back into this match.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen those guys, Najum and Williams, as you mentioned. Kamner's there. Eric Ray's been a threat at different times as well. So, you know, the Douglas Royals are going to have to find a way to break down the back line of the Mariners and see what happens here.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from that first half. It was a physical one. Right there, Kukovic cleaning out, as was Takano.
And then another one there where Jordan DeGraff wanted a foul. I don't think anyone was called on that. And then DeGraff gets called for one of his own after he went after the player.
Varea even inflicting some minor injuries on himself with that attempted sombrero that goes right into his forehead.
Yeah, so a couple opportunities there. That one, unfortunately, earns the yellow for Takano, and that's what he's got to watch. And then Innes gets run over a bit there, but Quinn Dawson
That was near the start of the game, a near own goal there. Sun had to be super sharp to bat that out of the top corner after a botched clearance.
And David Turkstra has made a couple of big saves, diving stops. Another one there by Mizuno. We've seen him with some great attempts. That was an unbelievable save he made as that one looked to be dipping into the top corner.
I believe was the play that ended up ending Tomi's night for now, injured on that play. And off the line, Varela, he had a few howlers early, but he's recovered nicely.
And that was, yeah, again, just a great defensive play. After that little bit of a miscue, we'll get to the goal in a moment, but he had a great play. There's a Turkstra diving stop that really kept this one. They haven't even gotten close as he's going out into the top of the 6-yard box to drive those away.
He's been decisive, but on the other end, Kukovic as decisive in attack, feeding off of that bad back pass, chips it past the on-rushing Mizuno, making no mistake there. You could maybe fault Mizuno a little for being just a bit timid at the end there and pulling up on his charge, not making himself as big as he could have. But in the end, Kukovic did very well to get around him, pots the 1-0 goal. And as we begin this second half, that is where the Mariners find themselves. VIU Mariners wearing white with black shorts on our broadcast right. Douglas College Royals in green with black shorts on our broadcast left.
As the wind and rain kind of puts the, I wouldn't say it's driving rain, but it's certainly a little more than drifting around like it was in the first half.
Driving drizzle, let's call it, for want of a better term. Meanwhile, Mariners picking up right where they left off. This is DeGraff. Checks his cross, tries again, can't quite get around his man. No penalty call there. Brought down in the box. Referee was not interested in the slightest.
And probably the right call there. I thought DeGraff might have leaned into the challenge a bit too much, and probably a good non-call by the official there.
Looked more like a clumsy coming together of bodies than any sort of actual attempt at anything. And rightfully so, the play continues. From the left now. Royals going the other way. Through ball looking for Williams. It would have connected were it not for a solid defensive play there. I believe that was McCurdy. Dawson now. Back to Varela. And Douglas College regroups. Out on the far side here. This is David Soup. He took a bit of a knock to end the half, but he ended up being okay. That ball goes out for a throw. This Royals throw there off the boot. I believe that is Fernando Filosa who has checked into this game.
Yeah, Filosa had a beautiful goal the other night right off the bench after half, and we'll see what he can do in this second half.
And that throw will go the way of the Mariners. Beating it there, Soup. Eric Ray is still on the field here for Tomi. Has not rescinded that position since coming on for the injured player in the first half. Najim trying to direct play in the midfield, therefore giving it back. Correa. But now VIU recovers in the midfield. That ball's going nowhere, and Sue easily picks it off, but well defended. Yoshi overruns it. Toscano's trying to get in there. He has to be very careful. He's on a yellow, and he knows it. Ray now. No, and that is called in favor of the Mariners. Some protest there from the Royals who felt that it should have gone the other way, and had it done so, it would have been a fairly threatening position. Taking another look at it. Ultimately goes the way of the Mariners. And yeah, you can see that Ray bowls over Takano. Shoulder to the back.
Definitely a hard lean in there from Eric Ray. So Merriman able to deliver this free kick.
Saleh meets it there easily. Second ball though won by the Mariners. Takano sends it out wide. Nothing there though. And Saleh will control. Sends it back inside for Su. Put out wide for Rorea. Tries to find the run. Peck, who's overlapping hard on the left. Big marauding run for the fullback. But the ball does not go with him. All that for nothing. Well, Race Williams. Marked by Takano. Back, Saleh. Ray tries to get clear. Does put in a little touch. Ultimately, that is swept up by Ryan McCurdy. Now high press here from the Royals, and they will end up forcing a goal kick, it looks like, yes. Trying that high press there, 3 jerseys high up, but ultimately not able to get much out of it, and indeed it just ends up becoming a goal kick for the Mariners.
Something they had a lot of success with against the Keanu Huskies was that high press, and the Huskies weren't able to get the ball into the middle of the field and allow their players to get it forward. I think if the Mariners are able to do that, the Royals might be playing with fire a bit.
Takano boots it long. Nice spot for Harry to run into, but he was not out wide as he has been. He was in a central position, and that searching switch ends up going out for a throw. Correa now, as the drizzle and mist sort of resembles something close to rain and really starts to come down out here.
You know, and again, Kukovic started this game, the goal scorer for VIU, not in the game, and again, the same substitution made the other night against Nate, which changed the offense in this second half.
And this long ball, and Sela is there. Dawson. Nowhere to go for Yoshi's being draped all over. That's Innes or Bahari. Now this is Su. Inside. Ends up leaving it for Yoshi. Nothing doing up this right side so far for the Royals, and Su's forced to cut inside and retreat to Varela. They'll try again. Big run up here, right up the middle here. Bounces through, but that is just going to be thumped clear. No nonsense, nothing fancy about it, just get it clear. Still plenty of the half to go, though. The Mariners cannot afford to just sit back and play passive defense, especially not with the on-rushing Royals attack. And that didn't miss the net by much. And it looks like it took a deflection on the way. They're going to say corner kick, Douglas College Royals.
The Royals wanting a handball, all 3 coaches up in arms. We see what this one looks like here. Can't see exactly who it hits on the replay, but definitely deflected. Definitely a Royals corner.
Big chance here. Early in the second half, they go short to Williams. Curls it in, but Turkstra is there. Interesting idea from the Royals with Turkstra up to the challenge. Short corner is always an interesting set piece. Has to be done correctly, or you've effectively squandered an easy way to get the ball into the 6-yard box. In that instance, while it did give Williams an avenue to try and curl one in, ultimately, Mariners defense was set and ready for the challenge.
A throw-in awarded here to Douglas. As the Mariners have to calm down a little bit here, a little bit too energetic, and
Colin Knight draped all over there. This looks like a teasing set piece opportunity here. As you can see there, that's where the initial consternation was by the Mariners, and ultimately ends up going the way of Douglas College, as they now have the free kick. So Eric Ray gets it high. This is a good-looking ball. Head in. That's a lovely header.
Offside.
What a set piece.
It's offside against the Douglas Royals.
They are incensed. It was a textbook play except for the part where he was offside. The referee is unconvinced. The appeals go for naught. How close was this? Eric Ray puts it up. Well, it's tough to see.
It's tough to see, but Dawson definitely in behind the defense, you know, when he makes the contact. But an offside call on that one.
Interesting to see where he was when that free kick was taken. Interesting to see whether it was just over-exuberance or did the VIU line pull up at just the right moment. regardless, that was the best chance of the night so far.
There's a foul called on DeGraff, and he's got to be careful. He's sitting on a yellow already from his incident at the bench, and he throws his arms in the air there after that one. So a little overzealous is DeGraff right now. So dangerous situation for him to put himself in this one.
You don't want to shorthand your team here by taking a needless yellow for dissent at this stage in the game, or really ever.
Especially sitting on a yellow would put them down to 10 men.
Mm-hmm. Not a good place for the Mariners to be trying to defend a 1-0 lead. And sell it. It's Camner. Under pressure, gets rid of it. And Saleh looks long, switches instead. Kapek is waiting. That's going to go straight over to DeGraff. And an onrushing Behari, excuse me, nearly wins the ball free. A chip around Innes there by Ray, who gets a ball over the top. Foot race here. Innes tries to get there, does very well to win it back. Clinical defending from Innes. Did not put a foot in wrong there. Now the Mariners try to break up right through the middle. That indeed will be a call against the Royals. They don't care for it. Some rather poignant words there from Edris Najim. Not pointed enough to warrant a yellow for dissent, though.
That's deflected out on that one. Another throw for VIU, and we'll see what Merriman decides is the best course of action on this throw.
Bringing it back here. Nice ball up the middle. Well covered, though. Takano brings it down with a one touch. This is DeGraff!
I would call it ambitious, but I've seen him score from there, so it's a well-taken shot.
Got another look at the offside goal. They're just rewinding a bit. Let's have a look here. There's the, okay, yes, you can see coming into your screen there late. He definitely, again, it's not the best angle, but you can see why the Lions would have made the call there. At that speed, it is very easy to mistime your run. If you are even just a shoulder ahead of the last defender, you are offside. Foot in there by Dawson. Foul called. Well, the chance that we had just prior there, Kyle, you say it's not quite ambition. He looked confident taking that strike. He knew exactly what he wanted to do with it. Just a bit too high, ultimately. Merriman now with the delivery. On the far side of the penalty area. Two Mariners go up, neither come out with it. Varela, great defending. 1-on-2. Springs the counterattack. The Royals off to the races here. Innes trying to track back, slides in, does well to win it. Concedes the throw, but stops the attack. He'll take that trade any day of the week.
And you see the speed of Reese Williams on that play and just how effective he can be down that wing. As you can pick up on the screen, I believe, but just how much the rain's coming down in this one.
Teasing ball there from the Royals. Ultimately, nobody there to take advantage of it. Takano. He's got lots of space here in midfield. Actually, opts to go over the top to DeGraff. Chests it down. Escaping the challenge there was Fernando Fenolosa. Ultimately losing the ball, though. And Su, not sure what to do with it. Goes down the line. And a challenge there. Merriman on Camner. He's grabbing the back of his leg. That was a fairly stiff challenge.
Sorry.
In comes Merriman here, and can't quite see it in the left side of the screen there. Rest assured, it did look a little bit stiffer than it needed to be. Free kick ends at Douglas College on the opposite side of the pitch. Ferreira trying to get his way out of trouble here, he does end up getting the throw out of it, so Ferreira does very well, under pressure, finds a way to get a throw for Douglas College. Innes on Ray here, and that will end up coming back as a throw.
It's the 59th minute here in a 1-0 VIU lead for 2017 CCAA Men's National Soccer Championship.
Gold medal action here. It's the two Pac West rivals, Douglas College, defending provincial champions, I should say. And VIU, the host team, and Loso is offside. An excellent fast break there by the Mariners, had the Royals defense in all sorts of fits. Ultimately, just a step too far on that final through ball, and it will come back for the offside. Saleh here, or he will leave it instead. Mizuno. Rhea, Capek. Let's go up the line. Close down. It's Williams by Innes. Tries to cut inside. This time he does. That's a lovely turn on the ball and through midfield. There you go. Sue overlaps in the right. Ball doesn't come to him. Instead, it's laid back by Dawson to Saleh. Saleh cuts back again for Varea. DeGraff puts some pressure on Varea. Cool as a cucumber. Not looking too perturbed by the on-rushing pressure from the Mariners. Saleh puts up top for Sue. He will get there. First time crossing is a good one. Low and hard, but only Mariners there. Dangerous position. Ultimately comes to nothing, and this is a break now. Decano off to the races down the left-hand side. Great ball for DeGraff. DeGraff cuts inside. Will he size it up? He goes out wide again. This is Bahaley. Tries to get into the area. Can't quite get around his man. Does he get the corner out of it? He does win the corner. Great effort there by Bahaley to find a way to get through, ultimately winning the corner.
Yeah, exactly. It was a shot there. You thought DeGraff was going to shoot once, and then he decided he was going to go to the outside and try to make something happen. We'll see the left-footed Chris Merriman come in and see what he can swing in and look for big number 23, Ryan McCurdy, on the back side of this corner.
Harry's had his hands full on that right side all game long. He'll gladly count that battle in this war a win. Here comes the delivery from Merriman. Headed clear. Mariners still pressing here. Colin Knight. Big bodies stay up for this set piece. It's over the top for Penaloso. Can he bring it down? He does. Spin and a miss. Saleh tries to get there.
Foul called on Fenalosa, so
it's all well and good until you go through the back of somebody with your studs showing. Can't do that. And while the rain is coming down here, it has not dampened the spirits of this home crowd. They are still out in force, still surrounding the pitch here at the Merle Logan Field. Will they be able to watch the home side come out with a victory? Past the hour mark, the side is up 1-0. VIU over Douglas College. And that is a clumsy foul, a needless shoulder barge there. And it will end up in a free kick in a very nice location for Douglas College.
And Mary, here's the foul call. As, yeah, definitely on that one. And I think Merriman probably lucky to escape without a card there. That's the second one. There's one right below the broadcast location just minutes ago as well, so no card on it.
Long talking to by the referee, giving the very clear, this is your last warning motion. So Merriman is used up his last favor in the referee's books here.
Two very deadly set-piece players here. Najim has the curving left foot, and Ray has the right-footed rocket. Those are the two plays we've seen them play. We'll see what Douglas does here.
It's Najim. Puts it low. Oh, cleared, but not in the cleanest of fashions. Past his own near post and out for a corner.
We'll watch this free kick attempt as Najim reacted on that one, and there it is again off of the boots.
Short corner taken. Williams now tries to go outside. Fernaloso. He does, brought down, no call. And they'll let that go up for a goal kick. Williams is a little bit confused as to why there wasn't a call given there. Ultimately, Fenalosa getting the better of his man. cleanly, as it were.
Now Turkstra getting a warning for walking towards the ball in the corner instead of jogging his way over there. So he will hustle to grab it then. And again,
Still a little under a half hour to go, and the warnings about time wasting already coming down from the referees. They are having none of it. And that is there was a handball there on that takedown. The best first touch we've seen on the night. Goes, trying to recover, is Fenaloso, and he does. Going centrally now, sends it out wide to Bahari. It's brought down, does want to chip it back though, but only as far as Kapek jumps over it, and here comes Takano, head full of steam, sliding tackle by Ray to knock it clear. It'll be out for a throw. Alert play first by Takano to try and take off, and then Ray. Great track back by the forward to do some defending. Clutch defending at that. And off the throw. Mariners do push forward. Now there's going to be a protest here from the Royals, and you can already hear that was more wet turf than it was boot left in. The referee is unperturbed.
tough to tell a little bit on that angle, but definitely a case both ways.
Depends, I suppose, which side you consider the home side. If you're a Mariners fan, you're probably yelling at me that was a clearly a foul. And if you're a Royals fan, you're probably yelling at the rain for being such a bother. And now the Mariners see if they can bother the goal of Rio Mizuno. Headed clear. Ray tries to charge in the counter, but that's headed off. Low ball goes back through. Mizuno will claim it.
Yeah, Merriman a couple attempts there. Obviously the free kick, and then gets the rebound, fires a one hopper. Mizuno no trouble with that.
Williams, lovely little fake there to send Penalosa the wrong way. And Salik. That's a ball right, great through ball to the DeGraff. Poor first touch though, tries the back heel for Takano. It does find him in a fashion. Brought down, referee's not having it. And Ray now, great cross over the top. Brought down, sized up, great block.
Jeff Travis read that perfectly. He knew exactly what Najim was going to do, and he was able to jump in on that one.
No real appeals there for penalty. None really to give. As that searching high ball challenge in the air would ultimately come to nothing. Williams there looking for something, but a bit of a size mismatch there. Race has pace, but he does not have size in those aerial duels. Dawson hit her out for a throw. Long throw, Sue gets a boot to it, as does Dawson. Back to Ray. Takano, still over Fenaloso. Little backheeled as well. Ends up conceding the foul, or winning the foul, I should say. Fenaloso down for just a moment. Hit the turf a bit hard. That's why he's grabbing his face, one would assume. One of the dangers of turf fields is you can end up getting those little pellets up in your eye, and that is never a fun time. I do not have much soccer experience to speak from, Kyle, but that is one thing I can say I have experience is getting turf pellets in the eye. It is not fun. DeGraff with the through ball, trying to find the overlap run of Fenaloso. He won't get there in time. On his bike to try and get there. Pellets in the eye or otherwise. Zono gets it out wide. Kapek tries to go up the line to Kamner. Sliding challenge. Thumping clearance there from Travis.
About 20 minutes left here in the second half.
It is still Mariners 1, Douglas College Royals 0. And a 1-0 scoreline is enough to get you a gold medal. And that is what the Mariners are hoping will happen. From what you've seen so far, Kyle, how do you rate the Mariners' chances of holding on to this?
It's still dangerous. There's too many weapons for the Douglas Royals in this game, but the Mariners have some weapons too if they are able to get an opportunity. I think it's going to take 2 goals to win this for either side here.
Throw in here for the Mariners. Brought down on the far side. Stripped away immediately, and here comes the Douglas counter. Straight through the middle. Out wide for Sue. Chipped it back. Little touch there. Najim for Sue. Penalosa does well to defend that, though. And they'll get the return ball ahead of Ray. Nope, Ray will get there first. Puts it right back in there. This is good delivery from Ray. Turks does well. Turks are very well done there. Bit of pressure. Also a slight clash with his own defender. Claims it in the end. Sue gets ahead to that. Puts it out for a throw. This will be Merriman to take the throw on the near side. Little flick there from DeGraff trying to find Penalosa. Nothing doing. Strong header from Travis. And Williams up the middle to Ray. Under pressure here. Take it himself, though. Great turn from Ray. 1-on-3. Gets around 2. Can't get around the third. That's Takano tracking back. Takano gives it away cheaply with a cheeky back heel. Ray trying to find a cross. Great control by Eric Ray under pressure. There's the cross. But that is cleared only as far as Williams. Dangerous shooting position here. Opts to go out wide for Dawson. Dawson back to Kapek. Delivery is high to the back post. Turkstra spills it. And it's given as a foul.
A little aggressive there. I think that's Kamner. As we see this. Yeah, trying to go right through the arms of Turkstra.
It's a bit late there. It's one thing if it's a 50-50 ball, but coming in late like that, keeper does have priority. Now the Royals turn over midfield. Najim. It's a high ball trying to get over the defense, and Ray is there. Sends it back. It's Dawson. Sue. Back to the captain. Gonzalez over to Varea. Kapek. Puts it low. That's good defending there from Innes. Went to ground. Didn't show his studs. Ball first, all ball. And it goes back out for a Douglas College throw. Thumped clear. Out for another throw. Heads up to the crowd on the far side as the ball goes ricocheting amongst the legs and heads over there.
Fan participation, as we like to say around here.
Saleh looks long. Finds Ray, chest down nicely. Good control on the wet turf by Eric Ray. Ray's got Sue out wide. That's where the ball goes. Sue, first touch is heavy, but he might buy a corner here. Nope, it is saved. Get it in the end? No, it will be a throw. The way of the Mariners, deep in their own end. Shade over 15 minutes to go. Mariners still have their lead. It would be perhaps too far to call it a safe lead, Kyle. Douglas has not stopped attacking this entire half. It has been if not total, then majority one-way traffic as the Royals search for that equalizer. Salah will take the throw here. Nope, we'll hand it over to Soot. Williams shows. This time it goes low, popped up. So it's a second effort here. It goes through the legs. Fenoloso pressuring. Banks it off of Fenoloso. No, they say it's a Mariner throw. Nope, referee corrects himself. Referee owns up to that one, overrides his own decision, and it is indeed a Douglas throw.
And definitely the right call there too, off of the leg of Fenolosa, going out right below us.
All right, yeah. Immediately goes out to the far side. Capek is waiting. Dawson. Striding through the rain, long ball, trying to find Camner. But that is thumped clear off the top of the field house. Oh, I pity the guy who's got to go up there with the ladder and fetch that.
Not sure if that one came off the backside or not.
Now that's why you have spares, right? Long throw being launched in here. Cleared by the Mariners. DeGraff had to look too casual this clearance there. No mistake there from Takano. And charging onto his Fenolosa. What a run here. Can he start the counter? He can. Wide open. Oh, but he loses control on the wet turf. Twisting and turning. He does get it back to Takano. Fenolosa, they say it was deflected. Should be a corner. No, it isn't, they say. Looks straight through.
Yeah, straight off Bahari and out, definitely there on. Yeah, you're going to try to get that appeal.
That does expose the danger, though, for Douglas College. If they commit too much forward, all it takes is one counter. Fenolosa alert on his bike, charging forward. And suddenly it's 3-on-2 the other way. Perhaps the wet turf, the only saving grace there for Douglas College. As Bahari wasn't able to get a good first touch there. Now it's Ray, dancing his way out of trouble again. Capek up the middle. Dawson. Dawson has space to operate here. Opts for the through ball. Great through ball. Innes had to be sharp there. He was, but ultimately Ray not able to preserve. And a substitution coming in here for the Mariners. And
Bahari will be coming out.
Put in a good shift today. And coming in. Get a name on Bahari's replacement in just a second here.
Might be Jamie Taylor back in.
It's his first touch, yes, I believe you're right there.
No, Ben Robson, sorry, number 6.
Ah, yes, there we go. Ben Robson checks into the game. The fifth-year player. Midfielder by trades from Qualicum Beach. Collision in midfield there. It goes the way of the Royals. Nope, they'll be calling that one back.
8 fifth-year players on the VIU team.
That veteran experience, it does count for plenty, especially in these goal situations. So apparently that went the way of the Royals. It looked more like just a 50-50 collision there. I wouldn't even fine with no call on that, but regardless, Saleh with the ball forward. A little flick dummy there from Dawson. Ball's put low and cleared. DeGraff now, putting Varela under pressure. Kano trying to clear it past Pinsale, nothing doing. Pinsale sliding through. Cleans out Fenolosa in the process. And Fenolosa a bit slow to get up. He should be all right. And he has strong clearance slash challenge there by Pinsale. Turkster at the goal kick. Backwards there, and that's not perhaps the best decision on rushing fullbacks, but they get away with it. Pinsale has Su on the right, and that's where the ball goes. Su has a look, pauses. Fenolosa is down again. And the referee will stop play this time. And Fenolosa's calling for a sub here. He's made the motion.
And Vincella not happy with the way play was stopped there, but Jordan DeGraff, I think, had a good point. We've seen a lot of instances of players down and a team just playing it out and making sure there was nothing there.
Colin Knight heading over to the bench here, perhaps to relay the news.
Fenolosa.
I'd just like to announce the winning ticket number for the VIU Mariners women's soccer raffle draw. Name ticket 808024. Come over to the media tent above the change rooms.
And that would seem to say maybe Fenolosa's night done there, Kyle.
Yeah, I believe it is. He called for a substitution right away.
Yeah, he knew he was done. That's unfortunately a blow for the Mariners, as he had been great on the left side. Excellent rampaging presence. And you can see there, he just comes up, doesn't really get tackled. He just blows a tire heading into his sprint and
caught a spike a little bit on the turf, I think.
And that was that.
And VIU didn't do their substitution properly, so Andres Alguerin has to go back out. The substitution not allowed, I don't think, until the next stoppage here. So VIU down to 10 for the time being.
And there is a stoppage for a foul, though. And this is a good-looking free kick for the Royals. Now he'll be waiting to play. Now entering number 11, Andres Alguerin, another one of those fifth-year players. 5'10" midfielder out of Caracas, Venezuela. International talent here.
Interesting free kick upcoming, 82nd minute. We've got Najim and Ray once more.
Ray's taking a long run up to this, but both players are indicating they want different targets in different places. Could be either or. Najim took the last one, and it's Najim again. Left-footed, flicked on, over the bar.
Just missed the bar there. As a great opportunity for the Royals. Just couldn't get the finish.
That was another excellent set piece. The Royals have been fairly consistently good on set pieces this evening, and that one just a whisker away from being bar down in. Instead, it's bar up over. Hard challenge through the back there. Down goes DeGraff from Gonzalez. He's going to have to be careful here. And that will indeed be a yellow for Gonzalez. That was a fairly stiff challenge through the back. No real surprise there, no real protest from Gonzalez.
Just mistimed again and aggressive through the back.
And so it's Merriman taking his time over this free kick. There's absolutely no rush for the Mariners at this point.
Merriman's going to go into the corner, I think. Nope, he's going to swing it back as
second ball attempt there. Trying to go right up the gut. Ultimately, nice little nutmeg by Ray. A hard challenge being ridden there. Purdy on Camner.
And Jeff Travis had pointed to the corner before that free kick, saying, let's put it down there with this much time, but you can't kill 6 minutes in the corner.
No, that would be a Herculean amount of time wasting. Might be a CONCACAF record at that point, but now on the break here goes Alguerin. Brings down his man, though. Bit too aggressive in the process, but certainly enough to remind Douglas College that they cannot be that exuberant. Fresh legs on wet turf, though. Alguerin will have to watch that his enthusiasm doesn't get the better of him. High delivery here for the back post. Soot is there. Can't get close to it. It's bodied off. No real challenge there, and that'll go out for a goal kick.
see.
That does not look good for Penalosa.
Trying to get back to his bench.
It's a long way to go from the opposite side of the pitch, so hopefully, hopefully they don't rush him too hard there. This is Sua from the right, this throw in. Just thumped clear here, and DeGraff's now in a foot race. Varela gets there. Can DeGraff win it? There's a strong back pass. Mizuno learned his lesson clearly, but that is a bad pass from Mizuno. And DeGraff trying to get through. Mizuno should get this one, and he will. And they'll try up the left this time. Papek. Williams. Saleh on a yellow. Cuts inside. Does well to find a seam, but it's turned right over. The Mariners can go the other way. Only as far as Ben Saleh. Knight had gone quite a ways forward there. Optimistic. Malgaran gives away the free kick.
He's going to take a card as well. The 6th of the evening in this match.
A bit unnecessary there from Malgaran. You want to be, you do want to put in a stiff challenge, but not unnecessarily so. Into the final 5 minutes. The Mariners still have their 1-0 lead. The Kukovic goal in the first half still standing up right now as the winner. The rain's still beating down here at Merle Logan Field, but it has not dampened the enthusiasm of the crowd. The enthusiastic Mariners supporters here lining the pitch in Nanaimo. Will they be able to see a hometown victory? Not if Douglas College has anything to say about it. What can they do from the left-hand side here? It'll be a Mariners throw after all that. Flicked on. In the middle now. Out wide. Algarin. Comes Najim to close him down. And beats the challenge, but Najim a little bit too enthusiastic with that. You could accuse Algarin of searching out the contact, as he certainly invited the challenge from Najim. But regardless, free kick. And no doubt that's a foul.
Definitely a foul on that.
They take it short. And there's a nice header, but Mizuno is there. Not a lot of strength on it. Good set piece, though, from the Mariners. And now, Travis had to be sharp there. As McCurdy coming back from that set piece duty. Kano with a low header. Scrambling in the midfield. And away with it is Yoshi. And Saleh, Varela, effectively playing with 2 at the back here. As all resources are committed forward. They need a goal. Keep this game going. Ray escapes one challenge. Deep in Mariners territory, trying to win the corner. He's still in possession of it. Mariners clear. It will be a Royals throw, though. 88th minute, time ticking down. Long throw being keyed up here. There it is. Edge of the area, headed clear. Dumped back in, wide. Well wide. And that will roll out for a throw. Very deep throw. And another substitution being lined up here. Mariners looking for some fresh legs to see them through to the end of this game. That substitution in a moment. As it stands right now, it is a Douglas College throw on the near side. Fairly deep, this could be threatening. Go short or long, they have options. They go long into the area. Yoshi cleans up. Saleh volleyed up the ball by Algarin, and he will concede the foul. He will not be, Saleh will not be allowed to take that kick quickly. We are in the 90th minute. This is pretty much last chance saloon here for Douglas College. It's this plus stoppage time Mizuno is inching out of his net. He's almost at the midfield circle. As the wall is forced back here for the Mariners, and the referee saying, no, get back there. You gotta be careful though, don't test the referee's patience. He will show cards, he has in the past.
Jamie Taylor coming off the pitch.
And Fresh Legs coming in to replace Taylor. As Ray stands over this free kick. Ray's delivery looks good, headed!
Wide of the goal.
That close. There's appeals there for corner for deflection. Mass appeals there by the Douglas College players. Ultimately nothing, and it's a goal kick. Mariners player is down. Let's take a look at this header. After we take a look at the player down here. Yeah, definitely wide, not by much though. Douglas College, dangerous on set pieces. We're all out of regular time. It's all stoppage time now and injury time. There's been a few injuries, so we may see a bit of it. A bit of injury time. Hamner, nothing there. Yoshi, forward. Foul against Douglas College. And he'll get a yellow there. Yoshi is furious at this card. He's got to be careful he doesn't get two here and get a second card for dissent.
There's definitely a careless challenge up there by Yoshi in the middle, and Shintakano down. Might have taken an elbow to the back there on that one.
He is up and moving. He'll live to fight another day. And we have another substitution waiting to go here. They're saying get on with it. Douglas College players want a yellow here for time wasting. As Algarin is taking his sweet time. I think there was a confusion about who was coming off, whether honest confusion or not. It's up for debate, but regardless, Algarin is off on a yellow. And checking back in, or checking into this game, I should say, Joel Harry, fourth-year defender, 6'2". That's the kind of player you want on set pieces if you're the Mariners, somebody you can get out there and match those tall bodies for Douglas College.
And Peter Cooper was that previous substitute. He's there in the middle of the pitch as well.
Kano, strong header there from Barea. No nonsense, and forward goes Douglas College. Dawson can't get there in time. It's a long ball over the top. Not even trying is DeGraff. Mizuno thumps it right back into the rain and wind. Dawson heads it on. Nobody there. With a foul against the Mariners here. I think that was Yoshi going down. Mizuno surely must be coming forward for this. No further than midfield. Or is he saying, go up forward, Ray? No, Ray's got this. Only person back is Rio Mizuno. It's Eric Ray to take the free kick. It's well taken. Brought down. Some appeals for handball there for Douglas College. Nothing given. And Takano now. Can he start the counter to end this game? It's over the top. DeGraff is all alone. DeGraff and Mizuno. Mizuno has to get this right, and he does. Mizuno could not afford to mess that one up. And he wins that race and clears it safely. Ray pressured by DeGraff. DeGraff strips him clean. Takano now tries to break the challenge of Yoshi. Can't. Dawson ends up coming away with it. Oh. Great punch by Turkstra. Big collision in the box. That Kamner, I believe, was going for it, and the referee will call the play there.
And I don't understand why Douglas is incensed here. Their player is down and in a ton of discomfort. And the play blown dead, and we watch this here again as Turkstra. I
mean, Turkstra does have a right to go for that.
Just a hyperextension maybe on the knee of Camner, and we hope he's all right. And Bensalas still upset with the play being whistled dead.
Camner is up. He is mobile. And despite the protests of Douglas College, nothing further will come of it.
And what will be done with the ball here? That's the question.
I assume drop ball here from the referee, and he is walking back towards roughly where the play was blown dead. And it will indeed be a drop ball.
Rain seems to be heavier now as we get right near the very end.
Thumped clear by the Mariners, off into the night. Mass confusion here as everybody forward is a long throw. Now Mizuno's being waved forward on this long throw set piece. This is it. We're deep into injury time here. And that is a...
Had to be on the whistle, and it wasn't.
Yep.
The Washco wants into the game, and the referee's not allowing the substitution. As this one must have mere seconds remaining.
Anxious moments here for both sides. This is likely going to decide the game here. This time waiting for the whistle.
And now the
substitution comes in.
And who is it? That's the question. And there was a board earlier in the week that has malfunctioned.
There's our, we finally figured that one out. Is that Takano?
Number 19.
Nope, 19. So having just come into the game, Joel Harry comes right back out.
No, it's not Harry. It's Jordan DeGraff as a Washco defender. A little more height in the back there. As Stephen Owashko will run in. As DeGraff firing up the crowd here. Mere seconds must remain.
Decent game for DeGraff. Let's see if his replacement can do as well. Here's the long throw into the area. Falls into a dangerous area, but thumped clear. Mizuno is there waiting for it. Correa is there as well. Overhead kick. Takano trying to get through. Keeper's off his line. He just has to lob it, but he can't control the ball. In midfield, Yoshi now.
Referee checks his watch.
Doing there. And this will be settled down and cleared. That may very well be it. And that is it. That's your gold medal decided. The hometown VIU Mariners on a Kukovic goal are now national champions 1-0.
Seven years later, the VIU Mariners, after winning the 2010 CCAA Men's Soccer National Gold Medal Game, they have won the 2017 Gold Medal Game on home turf.
2017 National Champions, the VIU Mariners!
And what a soccer game we had here tonight. An early goal, an early situation that the Mariners capitalized on. And then it was just a phenomenal game from then.
Nobody took their foot off the gas. It was all attacking soccer from there on out. Douglas College desperate to find that equalizing goal. And the Mariners equally ready to punish them each and every time they came forward. It was close though. One offside call is the only thing that separated Douglas College from evening it up on a set piece. And they were so good on set pieces this game. That close, matter of inches. An offside negating what would have been the equalizing goal. And that was as close as they would come. Plenty of chances late, plenty of drama late. But it is the VIU Mariners. Gold medalists.
CCAA gold medalists.
Rain's coming down, nobody cares. celebration time at Merle Logan Field, Nanaimo. As flags come out, the various players of nationalities. Here are some of those chances you were talking about, Kyle. They were close. Turkstra wasn't tested often, but he was made to sweat. Here's that close shot by Najam. Had to be just deflected out. And this spilled clearance there, spilled capture there, ultimately called back as the foul. Header just wide. And this is the one. This is the one that had the buggy. Eric Ray with a great delivery. Flicked in. And then they collectively lose their minds upon seeing the offside flag. Dawson's header was just textbook. But here's the one that won it. Kukovic capitalizing on Berea's bad back pass. Mizuno hesitates just a second there, does Mizuno. And that's all Kukovic needs. And that is the goal that brought VIU a gold medal. The golden goal for VIU Mariners. And that's the capper for the CCAA Men's National Soccer Championships. Kyle, your final thoughts on this tournament?
It's been such a good run for both of these teams. You give all the credit to the Douglas Royals. They had a 500 season. They went in as a 3 seed in the Pac West Provincials. They're provincial champions. Every team that was in this championship deserved to be here the way they played. The VIU Mariners had an amazing regular season. Just couldn't get it done in the provincials, but they come back. And that's what the host berth does. You get an opportunity, you build your team up to that moment, and that is where the VIU Mariners have all that experience, all that age and experience on that team, and it came through today with the 8 fifth-year players and a huge gold medal performance. I think Bill Merriman now is the head coach. That's 5 medals he's got, 2 golds, a pair of silvers, and a bronze. It's also the first time in the last 7 years and the 5 championships that the Mariners have been at where the times they're in the gold medal game, they haven't been in a shootout, which is a pretty crazy thing to think about as well. So just a crazy game and a crazy tournament, and here's the celebration to the crowd as well.
That's it for us. If you're watching this live on Shaw TV, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this online, we will bring you some of the medal ceremonies. But for Kyle Anderson and for all of us here at Shaw TV Sports, my name is Arturo. Thank you so much for watching from a rainy Merle Logan Field. Good night. If you're online, that means you're still with us. Hello, everyone. Arturo and Kyle Anderson back with you for the epilogue of this CCAA men's soccer tournament. You are watching celebrations by the gold medal winning VIU Mariners by virtue of their 1-0 victory over the provincial Pac West champion Douglas College Royals. In a very exciting game, Kyle Anderson, certainly one befitting the gold medal match.
Yeah, it was absolutely. And again, that's how those types of games go. I've watched, I don't know how many national championship games at all the different sports, and sometimes it's one little mistake that ends up in the back of your net, and unfortunately for the Douglas Royals, that's what happened today. But David Turkstra equal to every task the Royals put their way. One of those goals unfortunately called back on an offside, but just an unbelievable event here in Nanaimo again, and the Mariners very well deserving of this as they played so well this entire tournament.
As they are joined on the field now by those maroon hoodies of the Holland Hurricanes, the bronze medal winners, and of course the silver medal winners winners, silver medalists. I swear I know how the English language works. The silver medalists, Douglas College Royals, in their green jerseys just to the right.
Obviously the hardest medal to receive is that silver medal, having just lost the gold, but you know, again, a valiant effort for the Douglas Royals. They've been, you know, they've been fun to watch. A penalty kick win against Algonquin on the first day of competition. A solid 2-0 win against Keano in a game where they really just shut down the Keano Huskies with a press in the first half, and they were able to control the majority of that game and got a late goal to make it 2-0 in the final. But again, they had pressure again and again in this game as well. VIU really didn't have much in the second half, and the defenders on VIU able to hold things out.
Excellent capper to the tournament, 3-day tournament here in Nanaimo. Always great when the home team wins. Everybody goes home happy, well, except for the silver medalists, I suppose.
But when you look back on it a week from now, you're probably going to think about what a great season you had and how much fun it was to be a part of that as well.
Absolutely. In the moment, I can only imagine how crushing this must be for the Royals. But looking in the trophy cabinet, like you say, a week down the road, you have a medal in your trophy cabinet, and it's a silver medal, which is nothing really to seize at.
Yeah, and you see the handshakes now and all the respect going between these two teams. You know, VIU ended up with 3 victories and a tie against Douglas this season. But again, the Douglas College Royals, a lot of respect going both ways as they shake hands through there.
Pac-West foes know each other well. Must make it a little bit sweeter than to win it over a foe that you know so well. This is not someone who just came in for the tournament from across the country. You see Douglas College enough to know them very, very well.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the most fun you can talk about there. It's only the second time that teams from their own conference have met in the final game, partially due to the way seedings have worked in the past. A lot of the times you meet in the semifinal, just the way things happen to go, but only the second time. The other time it was 2 BC teams as well, and Valaspina was involved. They were on the losing end of a decision against the University College of the Caribou. But again, it was a great game, and for the, I believe, the 6th time now that the host has played BC in the final, that the BC team has won, or a BC team has won. So it's an interesting part, a statistic there as well from Andre T at Pac-West. Thanks to him for some of those attributes, as you see Ali Adib in the middle there, kind of in disbelief over everything that happened.
So if you had to put in an early guess of who will be named player of the match here for both sides here, Kyle, we'll start with the Douglas College. Who would you put down as their player of the match?
I don't know. It's so tough to say. I thought Eric Ray had a really good game on that side of the ball, and you know, when you look at Rio Mizuno too, I thought he made some key stops in that match in the first half. You know, unfortunately, that goal really not on him, as he did all he could to try and stop that chip.
Certainly, especially for Eric Ray coming in as an injury sub after Tommy is taken out, really acquitted himself well, both in the attack and on set pieces. A wonderful multi-tiered threat. I would also give some props as well to Race Williams. Really showed his pace today. Really showed that he could give defenders fits. Unfortunately, he was never really able to get a clear look at goal the whole way through. It was very ably handled by McCurdy in the back. How about for the VIU Mariners? Who would you give as their player of the match?
There's just too many options. Again, you look at just key guys. David Turkstra, I thought, again, really had a good match. He punched away about 3 or 4 of those. And then you've got guys on the back end. Ryan McCurdy, I thought, was solid. Colin Knight was pretty good in the middle as well. And we'll see as they announce him right now as well.
Number 6, Tetsuya Yoshinaga.
Yoshi ends up getting the nod for Douglas College. Not a bad shout. He certainly made his name known in the midfield. Very active, ended up with a yellow card on the evening through his exuberance. But not an undeserving recipient of player of the match.
As Shun Takano gets the Japanese flag from one of his buddies, as you see all the different flags representing the countries that players are from on that VIU side here.
I saw a Venezuelan flag, Spanish flag. And here we go for the Mariners.
Number 2, Colin Knight.
It is Colin Knight. You did mention him there, Kyle. Definitely a deserving recipient.
Yeah, a very solid defender for VIU. He did such a good job, I thought, tonight in this game. He's done such a good job in the tournament. And as we get through to the All-Stars coming up here as well, you'll see, I'm sure, a lot of those players recognized for just the consistency they've had since Wednesday.
Knight and Yoshi get their photos taken there in the Merle Logan Field rain. The 3 teams are out there for these presentations. You can see the Hurricanes in the background there in their maroon slickers.
Congratulations to our players.
So we await the awarding of the medals and other honors.
I would like to ask all fans and athletes to please acknowledge the work of our officiating crew, all of our game day officials, including Fair Play. Great work here at the tournament. A huge thank you again to our officiating crew.
Big round for the officials there, well deserved. We commented on it throughout the evening here, Kyle. Very cleanly refereed game across the board.
Yeah, and a very good work right across. Very good mix of officials. A lot of development opportunities for some younger officials. And then there's some other officials there too that have been recognized by CONCACAF and FIFA as potential upcoming officials that got to see some time here as well.
That's always one thing you never think about is when you're trying to build the game in Canada, you need to build the refereeing side as well. If you can't have good officials running a game, how do you develop good players that way?
Yeah, we talked about it all through the week. Not only is it player development, we looked at coaches, we looked at officials, the athletic therapists. A lot of them are students that are just improving. They're here with their team. And again, it's a lot of improvement at that college level and just the way it is for the development of things.
Happy, soggy players out there, though I see a few players have wisely retreated to grab their coats.
So there's some words from the soccer convener, Dave Monroe, on the field.
Anybody who's willing to stand in the rain for 90 minutes plus to support the home side definitely deserves a round of applause.
Absolutely. So the All-Stars, Tournament All-Stars, I believe, probably the next order of business here in this one. So we'll get those announcements as they come here.
And here we go, Tournament All-Stars being announced now.
So many athletes and so many teams here this weekend. And presenting the Tournament All-Star Awards will be Dave Monroe.
So Dave Monroe and Dr. Ralph Nielsen, the VIU Vice Chancellor.
From Leeds, number 10, Ali Musi.
So Ali Musi, a first-team All-Star from the Nate Oops. He had a natural hat trick in Wednesday's game, added another one on Thursday. Unfortunately, I believe an injury put him out.
Durham Lords, number 14, Stefana Henda.
Stefana Handa from the Durham Lords as well. Another offensive threat throughout the
Huskies, number 10, Pedro Biaggi.
We saw Biaggi in the bronze medal game. Absolutely unmistakable. You could not ignore him. You could not leave him alone, or else he would rip you up from the flanks.
Number 7, Ibra Seno.
And Ibra Seno, there's no way you can leave him
there.
out.
No surprise there.
As the CCAA Player of the Year, solid in getting his team to a bronze medal.
Should have more. Lots of posters.
As the All-Star presentations continue here.
The Holland Hurricanes, number 18, James Mallard.
And James Mallard gets credited with the winning goal in the bronze medal game, even though it was knocked off his back. It was.
He was there. We'll give him that. But in all seriousness, a great defensive presence for the Hurricanes all through the tournament.
And Race Williams, very well deserving again. He was a threat all through this tournament, and picks up an All-Star award.
From the Douglas Royals, number 15, Quinn Dawson.
And Quinn Dawson too. We saw him get his head on that one earlier today. Unfortunately, just a little bit too quick, but he was pretty good all weekend long. A midfielder that really tried to create some offense and ended up playing some pretty solid defense as well.
And Mizuno gets nod as the top goalkeeper in the first day All-Star.
And definitely deserving of that, as again, I talked about him. He made 2 huge saves in the penalty kicks in the shootout against Algonquin.
VIU Mariners, number 8, Chris Merriman.
And Merriman, he was ever-present on set pieces for the Mariners in this game. And now he is a first-team All-Star.
And again, definitely deserved a couple assists Thursday night.
VIU Mariners, number 23, Ryan McCurdy.
And 0 surprises here. Ryan McCurdy, the tower of power along the back line.
Pair of goals on Thursday as well, finishing off those crosses on the free kicks. So very well deserved there again for Ryan McCurdy.
From VIU Mariners, number 18, Jordan DeGraff.
And DeGraff gets honored as well. I've lost track of how many, but if there's one spot left, you have to think Shin Takano is a lock for that one.
I think that's 11, although my math isn't what it's used to be. But if that is your best 11, that's an excellent best 11.
That is a very good 11. There's also, yeah, I think that is 11. You're correct on that. So Takano was solid. 2 penalty kick goals. The game winner the opening night. One of the goals
Ladies and gentlemen,
last night.
Noise for your 11 2017 CCAA Tournament All-Stars.
So the All-Stars announced there. A couple more individual awards. I think leading scorer, MVP, maybe top goaltender.
MVP.
There it is.
Your MVP from the VIU Mariners, number 7, Shun Takano.
There you go, Kyle. You couldn't not recognize him. Shun Takano given the golden ball as the MVP of the entire tournament. Mobbed by teammates, loses his jacket and his flag.
As Takano beaming as he makes his way over for his MVP. Hey Shun is the words they're singing there. The Beatles tune.
There's nothing quite like a good supporters chant or song in this case. And if there was anyone deserving of having a song sung after him, it would be your tournament golden ball winner.
yeah, the exemplary leadership award also handed out. And again, there's a ton of factors that come into it.
Coming onto the field after a loss, notice there was a young player here in the field who did not have any soccer cleats of his own. So this player gave him some of his cleats so that he could play and play at the highest level. With great respect, the Exemplary Leadership Award goes to, from Keanu College, Garrett Edwards.
Garrett Edwards from Keanu College. The story there, giving up a pair or two of his cleats to a young player that was at one of the games even after a loss, and realized he didn't have the proper cleats, and he wanted to make sure he had some. So very deserving award when you get moments like that.
Not only is it great sportsmanship, it's good to see that kind of sportsmanship recognized in a competitive atmosphere. It's not just about being a good athlete, it's about being a good sport as well.
There'll be a couple more banner presentations, I believe. So the Holland College Hurricanes will be the host of the men's soccer championships. And then there'll also be the presentation of the women's banner as the Douglas Royals women's team will host. Their committee came over here to make to learn a bit about the championship, if you will, and they'll present that banner here as well.
So they know what they're in for next year.
Exactly.
Hopefully they have good rain management.
Well, from what I heard from Holland, it was an unseasonably warm fall. It was about 27 degrees this week.
Oh my goodness.
They were there, or when they left or something, and I was like, only we could have flipped it. And I would have been perfectly fine broadcasting in 27 over in Charlottetown.
We'll just stick the East Coast with the rain. I'm sure they'll be fine with it. And there's the banner presentation right there. National Championship host 2018. Really looking forward to that. Holland, of course, the bronze medal in their back pockets, having defeated the Huskies in our earlier match this afternoon.
We've got rain pouring down here still, and you can tell how cold the players are out there on the field.
Also, closer to home here, the 2018 CCAA Women's Soccer Championship will be held just over the streets at Douglas College. So Stephanie David will also bring Mark Swoda, Sport Information Director for the Douglas College Royals, to present next year's championship banner. 2018 CCAA National Women's Soccer Championships.
So here is that banner presentation to Douglas College, and you go back to the weather for a second and all the fans that were here. I just went back to a moment that happened earlier today and laughed as one of the volunteers here said, you know, it'd be nice if there was no rain the rest of the day and we could just collapse all the tents and put them in the bags and we'll be all good to go. I don't think that's going to happen. The tents are going to have to dry out for about 4 days somewhere before they get put away here from this championship. And
if they were hoping for the easy way out, they will be somewhat disappointed once the final award is handed out tonight. And it is most definitely a soggy medal ceremony.
And again, we wish all the best to Holland College and Douglas College for their soccer tournament hosting next year. And now we'd like to get to the medal presentations.
And now here's the one that we've all been waiting for. The bronze, silver, and gold medals have been taken out. It's time to get the top three their rightful rewards.
The first medal is going to your bronze medalists, the Holland College Hurricanes.
The winners from our first match in our broadcast this afternoon, the Holland Hurricanes, 1-0 victory. After a wayward punch on a set piece, sent the ball off the back of James Mallard's head and into the back of the net. They all count in the end so long as it was done legally, and that certainly is one way to do it.
Holland College Hurricanes bronze medalists Brandon Lund, Maibu Seka, Theo Nazaheo, Connor Key, Everichi Okuwolu, squats. Ibra Sano, Harrison Ellison, Aleko Pietro, Charles Mondo, Andrew Henry, Sam Julian, James Bregon, Austin Blades, Abdulganiu Abdu Bakar, Jared Mendarco. We have Mustafa, James Mallard, Jared McAdam, Jonah Wilton, Sheer Shep, Devin Griffin, and Ethan McInnes.
That is Kyle Anderson reading out the names of the third place bronze medal winning Holland College Hurricanes. Prepare for their trip back to the East Coast.
Brandon Eagle, manager Nadine Moore, physiotherapist Jenny Dixon, and the athletic director Albert Roche. The bronze medalists, Holland College Hurricanes.
Winning the wings now, Douglas College. The Royals, having just seen them go down in a 1-0 defeat, they do leave with silver medals, which is no small accomplishment.
And now to present your silver medalists, the Douglas College Royals.
Rio Mizuno, Alejandro Varela, Spencer Jones, Philip Cabot, Eric Ray, Katsuda Yoshinaga, David Su, Edris Nasham, Stephen Hamner, Grace Williams, Tony Magatabe, Rosemir Agadage.
Just behind the Royals here, the Mariners have been applauding all the way through this, saluting their Pac West brethren.
Noah Vinsala, Quinn Dawson,
Applauding them for a very hard-fought game.
Diego Govantes Galindo,
Royals did not stop attacking when it became clear that they would absolutely need a goal. Provided great entertainment for us here at Merle Logan Field. Hopefully all of you out there watching on Shaw TV and online. And they came oh so close, that offside call. We didn't have the best of angles, but it did look like Dawson had timed his run wrong and arrived there early. And although there was disbelief on the faces of the Royals, ultimately probably the right call. Though undoubtedly the sense of what might have been is going to go back with the Royals on their ferry ride home. Long ride home on the ferry after a loss on the road. But hopefully that silver medal will be a pretty solid consolation when all is said and done. Provincial champions, Pac West champions, and runners-up at the national level. Not a bad tournament for Douglas College.
It is now time to award the CCAA gold medals to the VIU Mariners.
And now the home team gets their due. There's still a crowd here at the field. The rain hasn't sent everybody home. Certainly not the Mariners.
Mariners gold medalist, David Turkstra, Colin Knight, Miguel Benting, Ali Adib, Luke Holmes, Ben Robson, Shun Tecano, Chris Merriman, Washko. Victor Blasco. Andres Algueren. Russell Lutterer. Stefan Kukovic.
Kukovic, the scorer of that golden goal. The 1-0 goal off the bad back pass that ended up winning the tournament for the Mariners. Not a bad memory to have from your collegiate career.
Taylor. Jordan DeGraff. Joel Carey. Govinda Innes. Fernando Penalosa. Ryan McCurdy.
Penalosa still on crutches after he took that. Was taken off the field. He pulled a hamstring in a sprint. Had to be helped off to the near touchline.
Coach of the Mariners, Bill Merriman.
Well, the gold medal tends to make some of that pain go away.
The assistant coach, Kristen Grambone.
The time that he was on the pitch came on in the second half. Penalosa was a terror.
Assistant coach, Craig Glennie.
Kept the Royals honest on that left side. Ultimately, though, that pace, you could argue, was his undoing, is one sprint too many, one hard sprint too many. And that was Penalosa's night. VIU Mariners, gold medalists. A national championship for the host side. Mission accomplished.
We have one more presentation to make, but quickly before that, one more acknowledgement for all of our teams and our student athletes, all of the amazing work you do to balance athletics and your studies. And thank you for all your great work getting here to Nanaimo for this year's tournament. Our final presentation now, we need to present the National Championship Trophy and National Championship banner to the VIU Mariners.
And here it is. Here's the big award. They've got their individual medals. Now it's time to hoist that hardware. Takano forward now. Accept the trophy and the banner along with his teammates. Takano, of course, the tournament MVP. There's the banner being handed over. And the trophy. There's the unfurling. There we go. Turn it the right way around, boys. There you go. There it is. 2017 men's soccer champions. Best in Canada, the VIU Mariners. Just a few more photos, making it celebrate properly. And behind them, their teammates are just getting ramped up. They know what's coming. Waiting for it. It's winding up, and here it goes. VIU, our national champions.
And there's just nothing that gets old about seeing a team celebrate a national championship victory, as the VIU Mariners have done it.
It may be raining, it may be pouring, but Kukovic was scoring in the first half, and that 1-0 scoreline has led to the VIU Mariners being crowned national champions in men's soccer here at Merle Logan Field in Nanaimo. For everyone here at Shaw TV, my name is Duro alongside Kyle in the booth. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night.